Have you done the work to be the type of friend that you want to have? Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Wine About It. If you are new here, my name is Elise, and on my channel we talk all things wine and all things that make you want to grab a glass of wine. If you are not new here, hey girl, hey. Recently I posted a vlog about my girls' trip to Costa Rica where we were celebrating 20 years of friendship. Crazy. We are a very close-knit group of girls, and we've maintained that friendship for 20 years. But not only that, there's 7 of us, so it's the number of girls who have been able to maintain solid relationships for 2 decades is wild. It's wild to me, and I'm a part of it. And I know that other people are like surprised by that because I've gotten so many questions about how I've been able to maintain a relationship with that many girls for so long. How do you do it with, 30 and up women who have busy lives of their own, family, job, spouses? I have gotten that question quite a bit, and so I thought I sit down and talk with you guys about that today. So I'm not gonna lie, I probably have recorded this video maybe like 2 or 3 times already, and I kept talking about all these different elements of maintaining a friendship. So matching each other's energy, your attachment style. I talked about honesty, I talked about age, I talked about loyalty, I talked about categories of different types of friends. But when it came down to it, I kept coming back to these same 4 key points to maintaining a friendship. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about that because to me, those 4 things are the fundamentals to maintaining true friendships as an adult. Number 1, showing up as your authentic self. I am a firm believer that the energy you put out is the energy that you're going to receive. So if you are coming into a friendship and you are not being your authentic self, you're not going to receive people who are similarly yoked, that are bringing the type of energy that you naturally bring to your friendship, or that complement the energy that you bring to the friendship. And I think in that regard, my group of friends had an advantage because we all met in college freshman year. And so we were fairly young. We hadn't come into the relationship with like triggers or trauma from past friendships. And I think a lot of times when people show up and they're not being their authentic selves, it's because part of it is a defense mechanism. Maybe you've had failed friendships in the past, or you've had experience with, girls stabbing in the back, or, you've had bad friendship experiences. So you kind of go into it guarded and you go into it putting up a facade. And so you're going to get that energy back. You're going to attract people who are not naturally who would not naturally gravitate toward who you really are because you're not being yourself. And then I also think sometimes people put up a facade to be more palatable. Maybe they feel like they're not comfortable with who they are, and so they change themselves to fit in or to be a part of a group that they feel they'd like to be a part of. None of my current friends entered into our relationship with that mindset, and I think that's one of the reasons, to my point, why we gelled so well, because no one puts up a facade ever. At no point have we ever had the desire to be a part of anything that did not want us just for who we are naturally. And so that mindset in that group of girls, we clicked. And so All that to say, be yourself. You're gonna attract the people who gel with who you are authentically. That's the people, that's the group that you want to be a part of. Number 2 is probably very obvious, but also probably the hardest, I think, for people to do, and that's being intentional. For any relationship, whether that's a romantic, business, familial, you have to be intentional about nurturing it. And I feel like in every aspect of our lives and all of those other relationships, people take intentionality very seriously. At work, you have trainings on how to engage with your coworkers, how to engage with your subordinates or your leaders. Like, there's training and certificates and workshops that you can go to be intentional and engage with your teammates. Same thing with your romantic partners. There's counseling, there's so many books, there's so many YouTube videos about how to keep the connection alive and connect with your partner in meaningful, intentional ways. The same thing applies with friendships, but I feel like a lot of people come to friendships and just like, if that's my friend, that's my friend. We have expectations of them, but don't do anything to really foster the bond and the connection. You have to be just as intentional with your friendship as you would with any other relationship in your life. So for me and my group of friends, we are very, like when I tell other people like how much we communicate with each other, they're always like surprised. Like, we have quarterly meetings and that sounds like very formal. It's really just like quarterly, what's going on in your life. One of my friends initiated that, so she'll put the reminder in the group chat, but everybody participates. Like, everybody comes in, we like it, we put it on our calendar. While one of us may spearhead or initiate intentionality, all of us actively participate. So, and then someone else may say, hey, I'm doing a fitness challenge, let me bring my girls into it. And we started our own fitness, separate fitness group chat. And so we'll send recipes, workout routines, successes, and all that. There's constant channels of communication, even if it's not something where we're on the phone talking every day. And at some point in time throughout the week, all of us have communicated with each other multiple times. And then outside of that, because life does get busy and not everybody has the bandwidth to talk on the phone for hours each day, or each week even, or monthly. So we set things in place to make sure we're touching base with each other. We have our annual holiday, girls holiday get together. We do an annual international trip together. Like I said, we have our quarterly Zoom call updates, girl chats with each other. And then our group me and Instagram chats, we're constantly kind of involved in paying attention and being intentional with our communication and staying updated with what's going on in each other's lives. The third thing that I think is extremely important to maintaining a friendship is open-mindedness and grace for growth, especially if you're talking about maintaining long-term friendships, because obviously, me and my friends, we've been friends for 20 years. So my entire 20s and almost my entire 30s, I have been friends with these group of women. There has been tremendous growth in me individually. And sometimes I think friends tend to put each other in a box. You have a certain expectation of a friend and how they've shown up in the world, like when you first met them, and we keep them there. We expect them to remain the same, even though we ourselves are growing and maturing and evolving as human beings. It's a natural part of life to evolve and to grow as you experience life. And we need to be open and show grace for our friends doing the same thing. We can't expect them to be the same people year after year after year. Showing grace as your friends navigate and become comfortable with the new evolved person is key to maintaining friendships, because it allows them to be who they are. It allows them to continue to be their authentic selves and feel comfortable coming to you, talking to you, continuing that bond and that connection. Not be quick to judge when our friends make a mistake or our friends are going through growing pains. That's when we need to show up for them the most. I can tell you the person that I was when I met my friends is, I think foundationally and fundamentally I'm the same person, but there's so many things that have changed. My conflict resolution, how I problem solve, how I approach love and relationships, all of those things I have evolved in and changed in. They've witnessed it, and at no point have I ever felt that I was not accepted through the growth. I've witnessed my friends' growth, and I think what happens when you have a group of friends who, one, are intentional, and two, are authentic to who they are, and three, who are open-minded to your growth, it's good growth that's fostered. When you're surrounded by those type of people, you grow in a positive direction. The fourth thing, and something that I think is crucial in order to do any of this, is work on yourself. You have to work on your own personal traumas in order to show up, one, as your authentic self. Two, you can't be self-centered and be intentional about maintaining relationships. Like, you have to have the capacity to care about other people. If you go into friendships and it's all about what you get out of it, then you're going into friendships the wrong way. You have to make sure that you are in a position to be supportive, be encouraging. You can't come in with expectations and standards that you yourself can't even meet. Are you the person that you want to be friends with? Have you done the work to be the type of friend that you want to have? A lot of people are out there wanting a friendship that they haven't earned. And I know that sounds weird, but friendships require effort and work, just like romantic partnerships, to an extent. Like, it should not be laborious and stressful to maintain a relationship. It should be something that you do with joy, but with intentionality. If you feel like you're struggling to maintain quality female friendships, self-evaluate. And if that's something you feel uncomfortable with, if it's a struggle for you to evaluate yourself, that's probably a sign to that you probably are not showing up as the best friend. I mean, it is what it is. I think it's important as adults, period, to be able to do that, but especially to maintain long-term relationships in any category. You have to deal with your traumas. Super important, super important. I could go on for forever about what it takes to maintain a friendship. There's so many other nuances that go into friendships, acquiring them, maintaining them, and repairing damage that's been done. I could probably do a whole series on it, but I do think these four things are the fundamentals of maintaining meaningful friendships. At the end of the day, friendships are, especially female friendships, especially Black female friendships, are so important because we have a very unique shared experience in this world, and it's a blessing to be able to have women in my life that are a witness to my growth, who have been there through the love and heartbreak and success and setbacks, and just have been there through it all, have witnessed it, and are still riding for you and still supporting you. I think female friendships are probably one of the most important relationships that, you know, someone can have.
I hate myself a little for saying this, but it felt really sad not to have a man in my life who cares about me. No special guy to wish me happy birthday. No goddamn soulmate. And I don't even know if I believe in soulmates.
Don't laugh at me, but maybe we could be each other's soulmates. And then we could let men be just these great, nice guys to have fun with.
Well, that sounds like a plan.
Hopefully this is helpful to y'all in maintaining your current friendships or starting new friendships. So drop a comment, let me know what you feel are some important things to keep in mind when maintaining female friendships. Maybe I will do another video about how to start friendships as an adult. So let me know if that's something that y'all are interested in hearing. But that'll do it for this video. As always, thank y'all for joining me. I hope to see y'all again next time, and cheers.